Welcome back to another episode of Slice and Dice Ecom. I'm Josh, the founder of the agency, and I'm joined by
Dan. I'm the senior SEO specialist at ClickSlice.
And I'm Yulia, operations director at ClickSlice.
Awesome. And in this one, we wanted to discuss a very much hot topic that's going on non-stop at the moment in the industry, which is AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. And predominantly, I want to discuss the myths, the truths, the misconceptions, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, to be honest, in the industry. A lot of people have the wrong assumption. It's hard, it's easy, it doesn't work, it's spammy, it's outdated. So we're going to break down all of those in this episode. Let's start off with the basics, right? Like, what is AEO and how does it differ from traditional SEO?
Yeah, so AEO, another acronym out there now. So it means Answer Engine Optimization. So basically, unlike traditional SEO, where you're trying to rank for a specific keyword, AEO is more about trying to get recommended or cited across the entire topic and industry that you're working on. So I'd say, for example, with SEO, you're trying to target, I don't know, coffee machine. Whereas with AEO, whatever your user prompts related to coffee machines, could be questions, could be recommendations for a product, that's where you want to get recommended and become a leader in that industry. So I'd say while they are similar, I think that's a misconception that people treat them completely separate. Mm-hmm. It's a bit broader and it's a lot about authority right now in the beginning phase.
Well said, well said.
And even with myths, because I have a lot of client calls. On your sales calls, like what are the most popular myths that you've heard?
I've had some funny ones. I had a call last week actually with a brand that sells it's like flat pack furniture, kind of like similar to like IKEA, and they were like, yeah, we need to jump on ChatGPT right now. Like traditional SEO is dead. No one uses Google no more. And I'm just like, that's not entirely true. Obviously, the way we search fundamentally is shifting, right? We're using AEO, we're using ChatGPT, Perplexity, all the different models, but Google is still by far the number one biggest platform out there for search and for Answer Engine as well, because they've got AI mode now as well. They've got AI overview. So, Google's not going anywhere anytime soon, and Google is actually the company that has the most people with PhDs working for them. So that's a lot of smart people. If you think they're going to lose the market share very quickly to other platforms, you're definitely wrong.
I think it was the same back in the day when Ecom started being a thing and people started saying, oh, okay, no one's going to shop in the shop or, in real life, everyone's going to move online. And no, it's still split. And it's just a nice addition to how we search and how we buy, how we do our research. But definitely, I don't think SEO is dead and it's never going to die.
Yeah, I think they all play their own role, right? Like if I want to buy, let's say, a cordless vacuum or cordless Hoover, right? I'll go onto ChatGPT, best cordless vacuums.
Exactly, yeah.
This model, oh, great. Knowing me, I would still go onto YouTube. I want to check reviews. I want to see the suction power. Like I want to see everything. Yeah. Right? So
I think
it's just another part of kind of the sales process, right? And I think another misconception as well is that it's only for massive brands. Like a lot of smaller companies think AEO, it's not for them. It's dominated by the larger players. But I actually strongly disagree, and the evidence supports it as well. This moment in time, like large brands on Google, like Wix, B&Q, Homebase. They dominate Google, right? They've been around for years, tons of brand authority, tons of reputation. On AEO, in ChatGPT, none of them even that visible.
Yeah.
And you can actually outrank them, train the models on your business, your data, and essentially have a head start in the next evolution of search. So it's a really exciting time right now.
Yeah, definitely.
So a big part of obviously AEO, right, when we're running our strategy as the agency is structured data. So what role would you say from running the campaigns that we have at ClickSlice, what role does structured data play in AEO? And what's the biggest misconceptions about it as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think structured data in traditional SEO is massive. Like, if you're not using it correctly, you're at a massive disadvantage. The problem with AEO is, I think, right now, it's a huge area of debate because nobody really knows, truly what's going on. And so, the big misconception is that structured data directly ranks in AI engines. Recently, that's been disproven. That's actually not true at all. However, there's a big caveat to this in that while AI crawlers aren't using structured data directly, Google does. And that's where your rich snippets come from. That's what basically populates a good 40% of the first page. If Google's putting it on the first page, your AI crawlers are reading that first page. 100%. So if you're not using structured data, and same with traditional SEO as it is now in AEO, you're at a massive disadvantage. You need to get that sorted pretty quickly.
So Yulia, we're currently working with 40-ish brands at the agency, right? And all of them are doing traditional SEO with us. Now, a lot of them want to get involved in AEO as well. Would you say they need to completely overhaul their SEO strategy?
No, not at all. We'd completely actually advise against that just because there's traction and there's a lot of momentum going in there. So you wouldn't want to change the strategy. I'd say AEO is an add-on, and there are different techniques. Even if it's SEO based, there are different techniques. So what we would recommend is actually doing both together, as they complement each other, especially SEO. Your SEO strategy will complement your AEO strategy. So yeah, don't overhaul it. Just it's an add-on.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Dan, do you think AEO will like completely replace traditional SEO?
I mean, at this point in time, it can't. It literally can't, because like you have to think the AI engines are competing with each other to be the most relevant, the most up to date. They're getting that information from traditional SEO, like they're getting it from traditional search. So it's definitely going to eat into the market, and it's definitely, and as we're seeing right now, it's fundamentally changing how search is being kind of executed. Will it replace completely the 10 blue link traditional search? For the foreseeable future, no. So if you're pivoting your strategy to be like, we just need to focus on AEO, you're missing the point of what's actually happening right now.
Yeah, true.
And with, I think it's with AEO and SEO, you've got content strategy. So what's the biggest misconception on the content that performs best in AEO have you heard so far?
Yeah, I mean, the big one is everyone thinks you have to do these massive, mega information dumps, but that's not what AI is actually citing. If you actually look and you look at, if you type in your own brand or you type in, who are the best office chair suppliers, they're not citing big walls of text. They're condensing it down into like snippets of information. So if you go in with the idea that I need to produce the most complex, detailed piece of information, you're going down the wrong route, because you're going to spend tons of time building that content and then realize that actually you just need it short, concise.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's really common as well at the moment for people to be doing that. ChatGPT, just pump out a huge article. It's super generic. You're like, cool.
Copy paste.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. And Google themselves are like very, very clear on this. If you produce low quality AI content, they put the lowest possible quality rating on that. They say it like verbatim, like so.
And it affects you going forward as well when they recall your site.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. Like, there's lots of different content types we've tested, right? And we've got a few that work really, really well.
Yeah.
And ones are running for clients that are getting insane results, even for ourselves as well. So yeah, lots of exciting things. And the only way to know, guys, is if you test.
Exactly.
Don't listen to what Joe said on Twitter or Facebook.
Practice makes perfect, though. It's kind of like the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So we obviously had about, 12, 14 different calls with existing clients recently talking about AEO. What would you say is the biggest misconception that clients have said to you, or a bit hesitant about AEO?
I think they think it's way more complicated than it really is. And also that it is similar in tracking with SEO, such as with SEO, obviously you have keywords, a lot of third-party tools that track each specific keyword individually, and they think that's also valid for AEO, which is not the case, only because, as I said in the beginning, it's so broad. You get recommended or cited for the entire topic, and unlike with Google, when you, let's say go to ChatGPT, you can search in any way you want. So we're not there yet, as in tracking exactly what users search for. It's a lot broader and more generic. So that's why we're stuck yet at topic level. And I'd say, this is one of the biggest misconceptions that we can have. Prompt volume, which is kind of hard to get to right now, but I think we're gonna get there for sure.
Yeah, or like clickstream data or something. Like it'll be out there, because in reality, it's hard to justify ROI when you don't know the exact number of people. But if you go off like general logic, if there's say 5,000 searches on Google for this term, on ChatGPT is not going to be similar, but it may even be more, maybe more longer tail keyword, right, which overlap. But all goes back to SEO.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, I've had some discussions with clients. They seem to be confused about the difference between structured data and structured content. Yeah. So can you break it down for them?
So structured data is schema. So schema, it's mostly referring to schema. Schema is basically like instructions that you're putting on your site that help Google understand the relationship between all your different content types. Structured content, which sounds almost the same, refers to tables, bullet points, numbered lists, that kind of stuff. What we've seen, we've been seeing it for over a year, and there's a few people now in the space that are kind of parroting this, that if you're using a lot of structured content, particularly on product pages, so if you've got comparison tables or product specs. It's actually that the AI crawlers are picking up on and then citing, like just basically copying exactly and referring back to it in the results they produce.
So that's the gold placeholder for information.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's basically like the way I see it at the moment. It's a non like you can't not do it anymore. Like you have to have structured content on pretty much any page that you're producing.
Yeah, and another discussion I've had with clients, which is the ultimate question we always get, is how do you measure performance, traffic, and sales? And I think that's the ultimate goal everywhere. So how would you say you can do that now?
Yeah, I think it's first how you position the channel. So if you asked me this 3 months ago, I would say AEO is more just brand visibility to get seen. Can't really track much ROI from it, but things have changed drastically in the last 2 weeks or so, where it's literally overnight when ChatGPT launched the integration with Etsy.
Shopify,
Yeah, and
Etsy.
Shopify's coming soon.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
you can now buy items directly within ChatGPT, which is insane.
Yeah.
Like overnight, it's become a performance
Yeah,
channel
yeah,
essentially.
absolutely.
So we've got a tool we use, a really very powerful and effective tool, which makes tracking results in AI search 10 times easier. And essentially, it breaks down to your prompts. So these are queries or keywords that your potential customer would search of in ChatGPT. We can track all of these prompts and see how many times your brand has been listed and give you a brand visibility score. Once you're more visible, you then start to get more traffic from GA4. We pull that into the dashboard as well, which is your GA4 referral traffic. So now you see you rank higher, more brand visibility, you get more traffic. Traffic's great, but what clients really care about is revenue and sales. So we can also track that from GA4. And I believe our tool will work with currently integration with Shopify coming soon, which will make it even more accurate. But essentially, any sales that comes from AI referral traffic can be pulled into this dashboard as well. So essentially, we have the capability now to let brands know how many times they're getting cited in AI models, how much traffic they're getting, and how much sales they're generating. It's insane. It's insane.
Trends, because there's also with shopping, you get trends into which specific products are most popular. So that kind of also helps them to better understand where the market is at that point. So yeah, it's a really exciting time right now, and I love it when I see clients get on this wave. Because it's at the beginning, so when you ride the wave in the beginning, you're gonna be in such a better position later down the line when everyone's gonna ride the same wave with you. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. I like that. I think that's pretty much it. We'll round it off there, right? Good. Well, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Another episode coming next week, as always. I'm Josh, Dan, Julia, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
See ya.